Musk reportedly made several pushes for Trump to back off global tariff surge. Elon Musk made personal, repeated attempts to try and get Donald Trump to back off from the wave of global tariffs that have created turmoil in international markets, it was reported on Tuesday. Musk's failure to get Trump to listen, however, is evidence to some observers of the growing rift between the U.S. president and the world's richest person, who has been leading the White House efforts to curb federal spending as head of the unofficial Department of Government Efficiency, Doge. Two sources confirmed to the Washington Post that Musk had made a number of personal approaches to Trump over the weekend to try to persuade him to reverse the slate of trade tariffs he announced last Thursday on a vast number of countries, many of them longstanding U.S. allies. Their imposition tanked stocks worldwide on Monday, wiped trillions of dollars from the values of numerous companies, and dinged the wealth of several billionaire friends of Trump, including Musk, a former Tesla and the founder of Tesla and SpaceX and owner of X, whose personal fortune fell below $300 billion for the first time since last year, according to reports. Trump's strategy has also drawn widespread criticism from economists, political opponents, and even some members of his Republican Party, with a right-wing libertarian group that has been funded by the conservative businessmen Leonard Leo and Charles Koch, filing a lawsuit against the illegal tariffs. The Post did not publish details of the conversation between Musk and Trump, but the president ultimately disregarded the representations and doubled down on his policy on Monday by threatening to impose an additional 50% tariff on China after it responded to the original trade levy by announcing 34% tariffs on U.S. imports.
Musk is like, his handlers in China are like, you better fix this. He's like, I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Get this done. I mean, but a lot of it, like Peter Navarro basically said that Elon Musk, Tesla is basically they just put together cars. They don't actually build anything here. He's like, basically, you guys get all your parts you outsource all your parts from other places and stuff. And then, you get them back and then you guys just basically assemble it. Basically, you're a car assembler. You don't build anything here. None of your parts are built here. So that's what that's why they're going to get hit right there. Yeah. That's where everyone thinks they're going to make such a big win. But no, you're going to get hit when you're trying to bring those parts in here to build the cars that you want to build.
Well, they say the pistons in cars also, they touch 6 different countries before they even get to America. The tariffs are ridiculous. Some countries are buckling. I'll say that. They're like, we're going to do a 0 for 0 tariff.
A lot of those countries this is what I would say. A lot of those countries probably most of their primary goods. We're not even probably buying very much stuff from them. They're not probably buying very much stuff from us in the first place. So it doesn't really matter to them. Like, who cares? Yeah. They just probably, don't get me wrong. I'm not against what his ultimate plan is, but the way you're going about it is the wrong way. You could have done this way differently and got it done easier in the markets. None of this stuff it didn't have to be this much of a rattle. You know what I mean? Now you've rattled everybody. Now people are either going to fight or they're going to fold.
Well, remember they were like, hey, we're going to give these tech jobs to Americans. And they're like, well, you're a little too stupid to take that job. So we're going to keep these H-1B1 visa people coming in here. Everyone's like, well, we'll get the manufacturing jobs. They'd be like, well, meet Johnny Five.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's already saying to us already, man, they're like, we don't want these jobs that they're like, there's a Dave Chappelle skit. He basically said, hey, Donald Trump just pretty much says whatever pops into his head. He's like, man, the guy talks about, I'm going to go over to China and grab these jobs and bring them back to America. He was like, well, nobody wants the iPhone to cost $9,000. That's why we don't build it here in this country. He said, I want to wear my Jordans. I don't want to make them. He said, doesn't make sense because a lot of people are already saying that we should not be going for manufacturing jobs. We should go for service sector jobs. That's where it's at. We need to be educated. But what they're looking at though, is they're telling you guys, we're going to take away your education so that we can dumb you down and make it okay to give you these low paying jobs and make it sound like it's good for you.
Like, think about it now. It's like when you call, you need service for your phone or anything else. What do you, hello, how old are you? This is John Smith. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, everything is it's already out. You know what I'm saying? So trying to bring all these jobs back to America is not going to happen.
When they can try to convince Americans that, I saw a guy online today. He was pretty much like, oh, so you guys want slave labor in the world and all this other kind of stuff. And it just tells me that right there, when you say that, when that becomes your, even when they're talking about Beyonce, how back in the day, her trying to attack her for making her jeans outside the country. What I mean? But let me just say, everyone does. But let me just say, like, the point of this is right here is that have you guys ever traveled anywhere else? Have you noticed that their goods are cheaper where they live? Everything is a lot cheaper for them. It's because that's where their economy is. It's growing. We had a point where we were like that as well, too. You can't start off where we were to take the whole world like, hey, we're going to get everybody the same wages we're making. It would destroy the global economy. You don't understand that. It has nothing to do with slave labor. It's like the fact that either they weren't having these jobs before. There wasn't this type of a sector before. There wasn't a minimum wage they even had in these countries before. Now they're growing. Now there's a job for these people to have in order for them to be able to sustain whatever life that they're starting to build. That's what people don't really understand. It's not about slave labor. It's about them being able to say, you know what, we can manufacture this. That's why China has grown to where they were. They were at one point in time. China was just they still are a huge manufacturing hub for America. You know what I mean? But now look where they're at now. They got cities, tech city. They're about to have mandated so all their children, by the time they're in like like they're 6 years old, have to basically start doing AI. You know what I mean? We're not even close to this right now. It should tell you like this. Like, don't start thinking that we're so high on the hog that we're just way past everybody, because we're not. They're coming.
That's what they teach everybody. And a lot of people are just ignorant to it, I guess. They're like, oh, we're the best country in the world. We're the best at this. I'm like, no, a lot of people have advanced past us. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot. And it's hard for them to swallow, because depending on who you watch and what news, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if Fox News just turned around and told everyone that watches them the truth, they would stop watching Fox News. I don't want to hear it. Yeah. I want to believe in this make-believe land. You know what I'm saying? Where we're the best, we're the top race and everything, and everyone else is beneath us. And I mean, that's cool and all, right? Yeah. But as you're thinking that, everyone is progressing past you. Think about it. They're like, oh, black people are welfare queens and stuff. Like, bro, we're not even the most people on welfare. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, we guys smoke crack. We're like, oh, okay, but 250,000 people of you die from heroin. It's just, that's why I let them. I'm like, hey, believe what you want, bro. Believe it. I want you to believe that. So when the world passes you by, you'd be like, well, what happened? I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, homie. Here's $1.
It just really, I mean, now that you should get into a person like Elon Musk coming out saying all this, having this type of like, this is his pushback. He understands that this is putting us in a very bad position. No economist is saying this is going to work. Even the senators, I watched a panel today. They're not even, the Republican ones are like, man, so who do I get to choke? You know what I'm saying? Basically, it's a thing called, you should be one person to be able to choke. You know what I mean? Basically, you shouldn't have 10 people to blame for something. It's what he basically is saying, right? He's like, so who would it be? And because he knew they can't say Trump. They all want to say Trump. They all know this is going to fail. They're telling them stories like, hey, I got a manufacturing plant in my state that can only get what they can get from this country right here in Vietnam. And Trump's got 40-something% tariffs on them. So it said, this is the only place I can get this from. Can we get exemptions? No exemptions, no nothing. Everyone's going to face the pain.
And Trump, he ain't going to back down from it.
He can't.
He going to keep doubling down. And he just hit China with 104% tariff. Like, bro, you know how much stuff comes from China?
I mean, it's going to get ridiculous. They already they're hitting everybody else too. The places that we're getting stuff from, it doesn't matter. An American citizen you guys basically screwed us. You did this. All you people who voted for this stupid stuff did this. This is not to say he could have done this better, but he doesn't have the mental capacity to do it better. He does not.
Eat it. Dead ass.